Everybody, and welcome to Higher Levels with Shay. Y'all come on in and climb in. Today we're going to talk about autism and ADHD, and we're going to talk about ADD. And so I want you guys to tune in because we only have about 30 minutes here, okay? So I'm only going to be on for 30 minutes. So y'all come on in. I'll give y'all a second to get in here. And let's discuss autism. Let's discuss ADHD. We all know somebody who has a child, or if it's not our own child, who does something from autism and ADHD. And so what I want to get on here today and do is I want to not only educate you all on what is autism. You see what I'm saying? But I want to talk about the signs and symptoms of it. I want to talk about the causes of it, the risk factors. I want to talk about the lifestyle changes that you can make, and then we're going to give away herbs. So I'm going to talk about different herbs that you can take, and they're safe for your children. Because one thing I know in the medical field is dealing with a child with autism, and then you seeing the significant amount of cases with children being diagnosed with autism, especially since 2000, you guys, especially since 2000. So y'all get in here so I can give y'all these herbs that y'all can purchase for your children. The lifestyle changes, what fruits, what vegetables, all help benefit your children who has autism, or if you have a niece, nephew, grandchild, whatever. Somebody out there needs to hear this information. So we're going to be on for about 30 minutes now. So make sure y'all are commenting, drop y'all questions in the comments, whatever y'all want to say, because I can't be on here for an hour or 2 hours today. It has to be about 30 minutes. So thank y'all. Come on in. And make sure y'all sharing and liking the live. We're going over autism today, guys. Autism. We're doing autism today. Autism and ADHD. So share the live. Because I don't want to get started, and then I get started and I have people coming in 20 minutes now asking me what happened, what we discussed. So go share the live. Thank y'all for the hearts. Thank y'all for joining. Autism. I mean, whew. If I tell you, as a matter of fact, I will tell you. Let me tell you something. 1 in 36 children today in the United States in 2024 are diagnosed with autism. Now, I want y'all to know, how many babies do y'all think are born a day? And we're talking about 1 in 36 children are born with autism. Do y'all not know that that number increased by 312%? 312%. According to the CDC and NIH, and you can Google this, 312% of children are born with autism since 2000. So in the past 24 years, autism has gone up significantly, and it's due to a lot of the things that I don't want to say that we're in control, but it's environmental. And we actually could control it because we control what we put into our bodies. And so this one is very important to me because my son has autism. I got to take that back. My son was diagnosed with autism when he was 3. And the physicians told me that my son was going to be on the spectrum, wouldn't be talking until he was approximately 12 years of age, when we were going to start to see a transition. But I'm going to tell you what happened. Me being in the medical field, me being a nurse, I didn't allow that stigma on my child. And so I actually started to do the diligent research, and I started to tap into herbal medicines and holistic medicines, and I changed his lifestyle, and I started to research what were the causes and the risk factors of autism. And so now my son is 8. He just turned 8. My son's been speaking since he was 6. So he was diagnosed at 3, and they told me that he wasn't going to be really speaking until he was 12. He's been speaking since he was 6. He knows how to play musical instruments. He knows how to write. He knows how to read. Now, is he behind the average developmental process of an average 8-year-old? Of course he is. But is he significantly higher in the process when it comes to his progression with autism as other children? Yes. Never been on any medication. I've never had my son on medication. I'm going to give y'all the herbs and that you all could use. And I want y'all to please share this live with other people, because I need everybody to be able to get this information. Make sure you're liking, make sure you're commenting, because I can only be on here for about 30 minutes. All right? Only about 30 minutes. So share the live, share the live, share the live. And then we're going to get into it. And so let's talk about autism. First of all, what is autism? Well, autism is a delay in your developmental process. You know, it's when your brain, of the baby, the child's brain, can't really process life the way we see it. They see it from a whole different realm than what we able to see it. And so what that means is it's kind of like they see every day as a puzzle piece. And it takes them a while because they're very analytical. So it takes them a while to be able to process what is going on in their day. And then they, put it in perspective, like the way they need to see it, like a puzzle piece. They start to piece their day together, and then it starts to make sense to them. They're able to see the full picture. All right. Autism, so signs and symptoms of autism is like developmental delays, speech delay, abnormal interactions with their peers. So you'll kind of see them kind of sitting off to themselves. They have an attention deficit. And so they're unable to pay attention to small details or simplistic instructions. So you can't tell them like, hey, go and put this in your room and put this in your drawer. You have to give them individual instructions one at a time. And that comes with time, with development, with them progressively getting better. So those are a few signs of autism. They also have sensory sensitivity. And what I mean by sensory sensitivity is certain light bother them, certain sounds bother them. And you will see a lot of children with autism kind of covering up their ears, or, they have to wear glasses, they have to wear headphones, and it's because of the pitch. So noise itself doesn't bother autistic children. It's the pitches. It's certain pitches that they just absolutely just cannot take and cannot handle. And that is due to the amount of mucus on their brain, and that is due to the amount of toxins and metal and mercury on the brain, and we're going to get into that. All right. They are fidgety. They can't sit still. They're always having to move. They're always tapping something. They're always moving. They're always kind of looking spaced out, like they're in another world. And so these are some of the signs and symptoms. So, and again, speech. So I'll tell you right now, if you have a child and they are 1.5, 2 years of age, and they're not even saying one word sentences, they're not saying like pop, mom, dad, then that should raise a concern for you. All right. Autism is a spectrum. So no two children will really truly be the same. And what I mean by that is, let's say you have a child who is attentive. They're able to follow directions, but their speech is delayed. They can't talk. That is still considered they are still considered on the spectrum of autism. Or let's say you have a child who can't talk and they can't follow directions, and their attention is just off. They'll be considered on a higher spectrum of autism. Okay, so y'all make sure y'all stay here, because I'm gonna give y'all herbs later, but I gotta make sure I give y'all the breakdown first. If you follow my page, you know this is how I do it. We have to understand what we're dealing with here first. We have to understand the causes of it, the risk factors of it, the lifestyle changes that we can make, and then we can talk about the herbs. All right. So I like structure. I like things to be in order. So that's what we're going to do here today, is talk about this autism. Okay. So what are some of the causes of autism? Here's what I want y'all to get y'all pens and papers, and y'all write this down. Get your pens, get your papers, write this down. Okay. Because we're going to talk about the causes. What are some of the causes? And I wrote them down here, okay? All right. Y'all ready? Now, some of the causes. And I did the research. This is according to the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia. And some physicians, they were highly concerned about certain things we're going to get into. And I'm going to use my words very carefully. So I need you guys to understand what it is I'm going to be saying, okay? I may say jab, jab, but you guys know what I mean, okay? So, heavy metal, heavy mercury, fluoride, aluminum, all of that sitting on your brain, your synaptic nerves, your gray matter and your white matter in your brain is so heavy on a child's brain, and it decreases and slows down the progression of your neurovascular system. And so your neurons and those signals that your brain needs to connect to your body are slowed down, if not stopped abruptly, because of the heavy metal that's holding it down. Radiation causes the metal to be heavier on the brain, and it embeds it into the brain, and it embeds into your bloodstream. So what do you get radiation from? Tablets, microwave, cell phones. Okay. Some other causes are lack of sunlight, lack of grounding, lack of water intake, like alkaline water, and lack of fruits and vegetables, and we're going to get into that. All right. So what causes heavy metals and heavy mercury? They did a study, and I want to read this. Actually, I think I put it right here in my phone, so I'm going to read this to you so that you can see it verbatim. So Heavy metals and mercury carcinogens. Your environment all has a part of it. And it says that aluminum is found in pots, pans, beverages like soda cans. It says foils, cereals, nuts, baby formulas, and vaccines. Or jabs. So I won't say that word, but jabs. Okay? Now, I want y'all to look at this article, right? It says aluminum is used in jabs as an adjuvant, right? And it says an adjuvant is a vaccine component that boosts the immune response to the vaccines. Adjuvants allows for lesser quantities of the vaccine in fewer doses. Aluminum adjuvants are used in vaccines such as hepatitis A, hepatitis B, the Tdap vaccine. So if you ever seen the Tdap, the MMR vaccines, the measles, mumps, and rubella vaccines, pneumonia, and influenza vaccine. Now, I want to say this because there was actually a study that was done, and what was going on is after the children were being vaccinated, the scientists would draw their blood, and they found that there was over 14,000 aluminum, like their levels went up of aluminum and of mercury and metal. It went up 14,000 after they were jabbed. All right, so this has been scientifically proven, but I'm gonna say allegedly, and I'm gonna say this is for entertainment purposes only, but do your own research. Okay, do your own research and you will see. So I kind of noticed that with my son, he was really performing well. He was progressively doing well, as he should at when he was around 2 years of age. No, he was a little bit under 2, maybe like 19 months, 20 months. And so then he had to go and get his vaccinations. Now, I was breastfeeding and I was doing stuff the holistic way, so I didn't want to get him vaccinated. But because of the daycare in the school system, he wouldn't be allowed to go unless he had those. So against my better judgment, of course, I did. And I'm not even joking. It was like as soon as he got them all done, it was like I saw my child in his car seat in the back seat, and he like kind of like went like that and just started drooling at the mouth. I immediately turned back around and I went back to the clinic and I said, why is he like this? You know, what is going on? She was like, oh, that's some of the effects of the jabs. He'll be okay after 24 hours. My son hasn't been the same since. He wasn't the same. He hasn't been the same since. And he was developing so well, so fast. And so when I took him to go see a physician when he was 3, because at that point he wasn't really talking or anything, that is when they was telling me that they diagnosed him with that and they put him on a spectrum. So now they wanted to put him on medication. Here's my thing. I said, why don't we try the holistic approach first? I said, what is the cause of this and how can we get rid of this holistically instead of us just putting him on medicine? He couldn't answer that for me. And then his response, I said, well, would you put your child on this medication? He told me no. He said, to be honest with you, it is so heavy on the children's organs that I wouldn't put my child on that medication. And I said, well, I'm not putting my child on that medication. That's when I started to do my own research, and I found out that a lot of the fruits and vegetables that we consume today, it heals us. It heals us. And then I started to research about herbs. This was about 3 years ago. So I started growing my own food, started growing my own herbs. And for those who want to comment, I will put this on my YouTube channel. So go and subscribe to my YouTube channel at Higher Levels with Shay. I literally just started me a new channel 2 days ago. And so I'm going to be posting these videos on my YouTube channel. So follow me on Higher Levels with Shay on YouTube so y'all can get this information. You can always refer back to it as a reference. And then follow me on Instagram. I'll post this on Instagram as well, because I know Instagram won't take this down, at Higher Levels with Shay. And I also post this to my Facebook at Higher Levels with Shay. So if y'all have any questions before I get into these herbs, because I want to tell you about these herbs, I want to tell you about the exact fruits to consume, to put your child on. I want to tell you about the foods to stay away from. So before I get into the herbs, do we have any questions in the comments? Any questions? Because once I start with the herbs, I like to just go in the flow and explain to y'all the herbs and explain to y'all exactly why I am giving this, exactly why I recommend these particular herbs. But I want to say this, full disclosure, make sure that you consult with your physician, pediatrician before consuming the herbs. Do your own due diligence on these herbs, okay? So do we have any questions? Thank y'all for the gifts. Thank y'all for the hearts. Thank y'all for the likes. I definitely appreciate it. If you have a question, type it in the comments. I'm going to get started now. All right. So foods that contribute to your child's developmental delays, no matter what it is: hyperactivity, ADHD, autism, ADD, processed food, saturated fats, artificial sugars. Not simple sugars. Simple sugars is like the sugars that you have naturally in your fruits, like your apples, your grapes. I'm talking about the artificial sugars, those cereals, those candy bars, the ho-hos, the ding-dongs, the this and that, all those cakes, all that processed chemical, all of that contributes to exacerbating, meaning worsening your children's developmental process. Then you have dairy. Dairy is very acidic, so it actually increases the amount of mucus buildup. And I'm going to give you a herb that's going to extringe a lot of that mucus out of your children, off their brains, out of their guts, which means you're going to be pooping a lot. All right. So full disclosure on that. Make sure y'all are following my page, because we go over prayers. We go over different holistic remedies to help with different disease processes. So, and I post it to my YouTube channel at Higher Levels with Shay on my YouTube channel. Okay. So you have the dairy, which is the lactic acid buildup. You have white foods. White foods meaning the foods with bleach in it. Like for me, the sugar. I started using sugar cane. I started using agave. All right. I don't use the artificial white sugar anymore. I don't use iodized salt anymore. Instead of, you can use pink Himalayan salt. Okay. Flour. I stopped using the white flour. I did a whole lifestyle change on my son. And one thing I'll say about children with autism is they have sensitivity to food texture as well. So certain foods like grits, rice, things like that, they're not gonna, a lot of times they're gonna like spit that out. So I'm gonna tell you guys some things that I did to help for my child to consume these fruits, vegetables, and these herbs as well, because that right there is gonna be another challenge, right? All right. So eliminate all those fat foods, those noodles, those microwavable macaroni and cheese packs, hot dogs. When I say processed foods, hot dogs, bologna sandwiches, all that stuff, throw it away, trash it right now. It is all just, I gotta be careful what I want to say, because I want to say POIS, but I'm gonna say it is all unhealthy for your children. It's unhealthy for us as adults, and significantly for your children who's still in the process of developing. You see what I mean? So stay away from those foods. And then some of the like sodas and all those artificial drinks, stay away from them. All right. Now, some foods that you can consume and that I recommend. So y'all be sure y'all ready to write this down. Somebody said, what is good for them? I'm getting ready to tell you. Write this down. First of all, let's talk about growing your own foods, going to your Whole Foods, your food marts, buying organic fruits and vegetables is beneficial for your children. Let's start right there. So that is something that's really, really well. But what specifically you want to look at is papaya, grapes. And the reason why I say grapes is because of the boron in the grapes. The boron in the grapes and tannin in the grapes, it helps to estringe a lot of that mucus out of your children, and it hyperoxygenate the cells. And so when it hyperoxygenates your cells, you allow your cells to be able to perform at 100% of its function. You see what I'm saying? So melons. The reason why I'm saying melons is because melons hydrate your cells. So your cells are being hydrated, it's hyperoxygenated, so it's going to help to be able to rejuvenate and be more beneficial when it comes to your brain cells, when it comes to your regular blood cells going into your other organs in your body. Cilantro, parsley. The reason why I'm saying cilantro and parsley is because they pull a lot of those heavy metals and mercuries off the brain. Now, full disclosure, if you're going to be doing these detoxes and these cleanses with your child, then it is your responsibility to make sure that you eliminate and significantly decrease their technology time. Because if you just now come on this live, remember what I said earlier, the radiation embeds the metals on the brain. It binds and makes it heavier, and so it's going to be harder for it to for it to be removed and excreted out through urination, through feces. Okay? So make sure that you are eliminating their technology time. Phones, cell phones, television, microwave, everything. Keep your children away from those things while you're doing this detox. I guarantee you that if you do these things, you will see a significant increase within 60 days. Your child will start focusing more. They'll be more attentive. They'll be more alert. Now, I'm not saying they're going to be speaking in 60 days, but you will see their minds starting to be back on earth, and you will see them starting to be curious about their surroundings, and them starting to at least be able to engage and look in your eyes as you're speaking to them. Those are some of the things that I'm saying. And so for me, I feel like a lifestyle change, changing your diet, changing your food is extremely beneficial if that means that you are going to be better in life, with your child and their developmental process. You know what I mean? And them improving overall. This is no medication, guys. None. So you got your cucumbers. You have your green apples. Your green leafy vegetables. Broccoli. Greens. Kale. Your beans. Okay? Those are very important. Celery is very important. If they do not have a nut allergy, walnuts. Walnuts are very important. Walnuts, if you actually do the research on it, walnuts actually help to develop the brain. That is one of its sole purposes. And if you actually pay attention to a walnut, it looked like the left and right hemisphere of the brain. Isn't God amazing? God is amazing. Because if you pay attention to your fruit, like a kidney bean, you look at a kidney bean and it resembles the actual kidney, and it actually filtrates your kidney. You see what I'm saying? You look at an apple and you cut it in half. It looks like a heart, and it actually does help with your red blood cells production and improvement of the heart. Like, it's mind blowing. So nuts, if you don't have a nut allergy, definitely walnut, hazelnuts. Those things are very, very, very beneficial when it comes to a child. Make sure y'all follow my page, because I'm going to be doing more lives now, especially about like the not only prayers, but as well as talking about the diagnostic processes and whatever disease process that we're discussing. We're going to go over herbs and natural remedies. I'm going to give y'all different tips. We're going to be going over all that, and then I'm going to be posting to my Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook, all 3 Higher Levels with Shay. So if you haven't started following me, start following me now. And go subscribe to my YouTube. It's free. The subscription on YouTube is free. TikTok free. Facebook free. This is free information. I don't want any money from you all. I don't want anything from you all. All I want you to do is just take this information, apply it to your everyday life, and share it with your family and friends. That's all I want. That's all I want. And just give God the glory. Don't give me none of it. All right? So, those are some of the foods. Now, how do you consume these foods? What I did, I took it an extra step. See, at first I was learning about juicing. Juicing the foods and, adding some agave. Agave is a natural sweetener, a little bit of honey. And I was doing, but honey isn't good for children under 2, so be mindful. That's why I said agave. So what I did was, not only did I started doing juicing, I started making fruit snacks. I started making them into gummies. I started making them into like sherbets, icicles, popsicles. So not only are they being hydrated, they actually are getting a snack, and they actually are being detoxed and being cleansed. I took away all artificial sugars, and I started giving him all natural sugars, all fruits, natural fruits. And now to this day, he hates candy. He doesn't like sweets or any of that. He would go and grab an apple, some fruits, an orange, a banana. He would go and grab a fruit in a minute before he grab a Snicker. You see what I'm saying? He doesn't even want it. His taste buds have been, now I want to say that word, but his taste buds have adjusted to natural foods. You see what I'm saying? And natural tastes. You see what I mean? Now, let's get into the herbs. I can't be on here long, so if y'all have any questions or comments, be dropping them down now, because I get off these herbs, I have to get off now. I got to get back. All right. So some herbs that are safe for your children, and write this down. Write this down. Share, heart this live. Let's heart this live. Heart this live, and I'll get on some herbs, you guys. I don't need anything from you but some love. That's all. And for y'all to just share this with your family and friends. Heart the live, you guys. And then let's get into these herbs. And then what I like to do with the herbs, I like to tell y'all the benefits of the herbs and why they are important. I'm not just going to give you herbs, but I want to tell you guys why they are important and why you should really consider looking into them. Amen. 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 Make sure y'all following my page. If you haven't started following, I highly suggest you start following my page, because I'll be doing a lot more of these lives now. I got a little bit more time, so I'll be on here doing a lot more lives now. Share the live. We get into the herbs. This is what's most important. Well, all of it is important, but I really want y'all to look into these herbs. God and blessed us, and God gave us everything we need right here on earth. There is no disease out here that there isn't a natural herb to help heal the body of. Herbs are not, oh my goodness, thank you. Herbs are not herbs. Disease is not natural. It is man-made. It is a cause that we did. Our bodies are not attacking us. We're attacking our bodies. What we put into our bodies, our environment, all these 5G towers, all of the radiation, everything that's these plants, these meal plants. You see, mankind is destroying mankind. But if we actually tap into our natural instincts, our natural ways, and growing our own foods and learning and being grounded, then we will have not only substantial lifestyle, but we will have longevity. And not only just longevity, you will have quality. You will have quality, meaning that you're physically able to continue to live the life that you were living at 35. You can live it at 55 and 65 if you just take care of yourself appropriately. I've been doing this for 15 years, and I can tell you how many patients will be like, I wish I would have taken care of my body when I was younger. I took it for granted. I took advantage of it. And so don't let that be you. Don't let that be you. Okay? All right. Autism. 312%. It went up 312% since 2000. That is extremely significant. That is alarming. That is alarming. All right? So let's combat this together. All right? You ready to get into the herbs? All right. So these herbs are safe for your children. So first herb is Cascara sagrada. Cascara sagrada. Somebody can type it in the comments. It is CASCARA SAGRADA, Cascara sagrada. And what that does is that extends the mucus off of the brain. It extends the mucus out of the gut. And like I said, so with that mucus being extrenged and with that toxins being extrenged, then you're going to have an increase in defecation and bowel movements. Why is mucus building up in that area? Because of the acid buildup. Mucus is actually going there to suffocate the carcinogens and suffocate the acids in your particular body. So mucus is actually a good thing, because it's there to suffocate, it's there to neutralize the acid. And then it pulls it out, and then it's removed from your body. It's extracted from your body. And so the Cascara sagrada helps to extract the mucus from your body, which is ultimately pulling the toxins from your body. All right? So Cascara sagrada, that's one of them. Another one is chamomile and lavender. And the reason why I highly suggest chamomile and lavender is because it helps with your neurovascular system. It helps to calm the neurovascular system. It helps with anxiety. It helps with depression. It helps with hyperactivity. It's really soothing to your child. You see what I mean? So you're getting rid of toxins when you combine these two together. So you're getting rid of toxins and you're calming and soothing your baby's neurovascular system. All right? The next one I'm going to give you guys, passion flower. Passion flower, y'all. Make sure no matter what y'all do, y'all write down passion flower, because not only is it an anti-inflammatory, it is full of flavonoids and alkaloids. What do I mean by flavonoids and alkaloids? Is that too with the neurovascular system? It is helping to stabilize the mood. So I don't know if you ever have a child with, or you've seen a child with autism, how they throwing tantrums. They're irritable. I don't want to use the word aggressive, but they are extremely frustrated. And it's easy for them to be frustrated because they feel so misunderstood. And it's hard for people to understand them. It takes a lot of patience. And so with the flavonoid and the alkaloid from the passion fruit, what it is calming and it's stabilizing your child's mood. And so now they're more alert, they're more attentive. So we got an herb that's calming them, decreasing anxiety, one that's stabilizing their mood, increasing their serotonin and their dopamine, and you get that from the sun. And when you increase serotonin and dopamine, those are your happy and your focus hormones that are being released. All right. So you got that. I hope y'all writing these down. The next one I'm going to talk about is lemon balm. Lemon balm is an anti-inflammatory. That's another herb. It is an anti-inflammatory. So lemon balm. So make sure y'all put lemon balm in as well, because it's gonna decrease the inflammation on the brain. It's gonna decrease the inflammation in their guts. And yes, the gut is connected to the brain. What you feed yourself, your brain, utilizes to expand upon your entire body. All right. All right, thank y'all for the follows. I got a lot of people following me, so keep following my page. We're going to talk about more. I'm going to add this to my YouTube channel at Higher Levels with Shay. Make sure y'all subscribe. Do we have any questions? Do we have any questions? Because I have to get off the live soon, so I usually be on my lives about an hour and a half to 2 hours, but I can't tonight. But I want to make sure that the job was done, all right? So type y'all questions in. Make sure y'all are following. Make sure y'all are liking. You can. Somebody said that's a great question. Thank you. She said, can you mix these herbs? Yes, you can. It is safe to mix these herbs. And again, like I said, I don't know your children's allergy. I don't know other diagnosis, any pre-existing diagnosis. And this is also good for adults as well, But with adults, you can take even stronger herbs. Certain herbs that, children can't take. But with adults, there are stronger herbs that you could take. You see what I mean? And so you absolutely can mix these together. Juice them all together with your apples. But do not mix the melons, okay? Don't mix the melons. If you're juicing, juice the melons by itself. All right? You can add herbs and fruits and all the other vegetables all in one juice and make a fruit snack, make a gummy, make whatever. But don't mix the melons with the juice. All right. She said, when do you come on next? Can you add it to salads? Absolutely, you can add it to salads. Honestly, my schedule varies. So my goal is to come on tomorrow. And tomorrow I am going to tackle something that I've already previously tackled. It's going to be autoimmune disease. And the reason why I'm going to go back to autoimmune disease and tackle autoimmune disease tomorrow at the same time, but it's going to still be about 30 minutes, no more than about 30, 45 minutes. So instead of me being on for 2 hours and me being off for so many days and then coming with 2 hours, I would rather just give y'all like little 30-minute medical moments. 30-minute medical moments. If I could do that a few days a week, that'd be better than me just coming on once or twice a week for 2.5 hours. So I'll be on tomorrow and I'm going to go over autoimmune disease. Hello. And so we'll do autoimmune disease, and sickle cell is one of them. So we'll go over that tomorrow. So we'll do lupus, and it's going to be quick. So we'll do lupus tomorrow. We'll do sickle cell tomorrow. We'll do, should I do multiple sclerosis? Man, I don't know. I got to see. I got to see. But I'm going to pick the top 3 autoimmune diseases to do tomorrow. So I'll be on tomorrow evening, same time, around 10 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. So tomorrow evening, 10 p.m. Central Standard Time, I'll be on tomorrow evening, and we'll go over autoimmune disease. I definitely want to do sickle cell. I want to do lupus. I want to see what else would I do. Not myelin Graves disease. There's so many of them, but... I'll see. So yes, great question. That's what I was saying. Make sure, so when you are looking at these herbs and everything, now that's a great question. So I'll tell you 2 things. She said, should you get your doctor's recommendation? Yes, make sure you seek your physician assistance prior to you taking these herbs. But the thing is, I want y'all to remember about physicians, which there is a shift in the medical field now. A lot of physicians are starting to take more of a holistic approach as their primary care, and then secondary, which is the medicinal. A lot of physicians are so stuck in their ways, and they went to school for all those years, and they got a small amount of education with nutrition and holistic care, and then years of pharmacology and pharmaceutical. So if you go and ask your physician about herbs, I want you to listen to your physician's response. So ask them what is the benefits of this herb. Ask them what drugs counteract with that herb, what disease process. And if they don't know that answer, then I highly encourage you to go see a certified herbalist, a holistic doctor, because a lot of physicians genuinely they don't know, because they are programmed and doctrined to just go off of the 6 years of medical school they've been into, and they know all pharmacology. They will discourage you. Good. Somebody said that, and they will. And they're not discouraging you because they are against it. They really don't know. And they was told and programmed that this is the way, when herbs were here before pharmaceutical. Now, I've been in the field for years, so I'm not against modern day medicine, but I'm absolutely 100% for herbs and holistic approach being the primary care first. Well, the first thing is eliminating risk factors. That's first things. First, just taking care of yourself, eating right, drinking your waters, exercising, staying grounded, getting into the sun, doing your hobbies. That's first. Secondly, you start to see something going on with your body, is to do the holistic way. Then all that medicines and chemo and diagnostic studies and all this other stuff that goes along with it. So to answer your questions, talk to your doctor, but make sure you're talking to a physician who's going to give you an accurate answer and not just detour you from the herbs. No, not all herbalists are the same. Some of them are like a further along in their careers, and they're way more advanced. Like for me, I'm new to making my own medicines. I'm new to making my own potencies in my body scrubs, and this is just a couple of years, so I'm new to this. And so like I'm learning too as I'm going along this process. I've been doing this for like 2.5, 3 years. Well, 3 years now. And so it's like somebody who's been doing it 15 years, they would obviously know more than me. They're obviously way more experienced than me. So and they teach me something. And the humbling thing about me is I'm always eager to learn new things. I'm always eager to ask questions to better my craft and better my skill set. So Yafai, she said, where can you buy these herbs? Yafai Shakur has the herbs. It is as we all should do. Absolutely. It's YAFASHAKOOR. So if somebody could type that in the comments, don't put the www because TikTok won't allow you to put that website in the comment because it's a website. So just put Yafai Shakur, leave some space, and then put com. So you know that's .com. It's YAFASHAKOOR. And make sure y'all follow me on my Facebook and my Instagram because I am in the process of writing my own book. I've been doing this 15 years. It's medical in the medical field, and I've been doing herbalism for 3 years. I got a lot to say. So I'm writing my own book, and then I also have an event coming up in December called a Winter Worship event, and that is going to be amazing. Thank you. So it is in the comments. Yafai Shakur is the website. So www.yafashakur.com. That is where you can go and find it in the comment section. And we have to do what we got to do for our children. So it's time for us to take accountability and acknowledge the fact that we're allowing a system to dictate how we raise our children, what our children eat, what our children drink, how they move, how much suntan do they get. And when I say sometimes, they're in school all day. I am a huge advocate in my children having mental health days. I will take them out of school in a minute. And if it's like a great sunny day and it's been gloomy for 2 weeks and they're like, Mom, I want to play outside, guess what we're doing? But it's going to be an educational day. You know what I mean? We're going to be learning something. We're going to be one with nature. And we're going to be learning something, whether that's gardening, whether it's going to the park, whether that's hiking, whatever it is, they're learning something. You're not just going to be home from school and then just sit on your tablets. No. So it's time for us as parents to start taking back our rights as parents and, being those consenting parents and doing what we have to do for our children. And no one took it away from us. It just was heavily pushed on us, and then we fell into the hole. You know what I mean? But you have an option. So I'm not against one thing. I just believe in options. And I believe that the natural way is the best way. Initially. I truly do believe that. Yes, have options, have choices, and being able to make a well-informed decision. So let's say you on my lab, you learn about autism, you learn about the foods that's harming your children, you learn about the jabs that are harming you. Let's say you learned all of that, and you still choose to do that. That is fine. At least you made a well-informed decision. At least you can say, now I know. So it's not someone just telling you that, oh, that's just life, or oh, that just happened at birth. Like, no. And when people say children are born with autism, do you want me to tell you why children are born with autism? Because of the fluoride in the water, and because of the food that we consume while we're pregnant. So it's not that your children had a developmental delay, something happened with your children's genetics, and then they just was born with it. It's the food that we consume that our children are feeding through our uterus. And so when we know better, we do better, and we can be better for our children. And don't just go and put your children on SSI, because that follows them for the rest of their life. And then you're limiting where they can go in life, okay? So don't do that. Try to learn about the disease process and learn about holistic ways first. Do your research. And I'm going to talk about gardening too. Like, I keep having to do like these last. But once I get done, I'm definitely going to do last about you gardening your own food. And you can garden in your own home, garden in your garage, make a gardening room. You see what I'm saying? You don't need a backyard to garden. You don't. And so we're going to go through those things, okay? Now, it takes time, so I can get better at it, because time's been taking me away a little bit. But when the time comes, my garden is going to be just through the roof. All right, do I have any more questions? Because I have to get back. I said I wasn't going to be on here long, and I think I've already been on here for about an hour or so. You said yes. Oh, yes. And the food tastes so different when you grow your own food. Your children enjoy it more. Your children prefer it more. Children are the most purest thing to God, and because they're not full of all of the toxins like alcohol, drugs, all that stuff. And so their taste buds are a lot more potent and stronger than ours, so they can taste the difference. They could taste the difference. I realized that once I changed the food for my children, they don't even like a lot of the processed food, the fake foods. They'll be like, no. Like, my daughter would not eat no kind of meat. She'll eat a chicken nugget, but she would not, like, she does not, she could taste the difference. She said it tastes weird. She said it tastes different, and it is. It's manufactured, it's man-made, it's made in a lab, it's full of GMO, full of chemicals, full of steroids. I mean, it's beyond me. It's beyond me. I appreciate the laughs. I appreciate the hearts. I appreciate you guys being here tonight. The information is free. The subscriptions on YouTube is free. Follow me on TikTok and Instagram. It's all free. Just share the information. I'm going to post this video. So I'm going to post this video to my YouTube and my Instagram. All right. So I'll post the video there. And that way you can always revert back to it. And then just share this with your family and friends. That's all I need you to do. All right. And for those who's asking for where you can buy the herbs, you can buy them on Yafa Shakur. It's in the comments. YAFASHAKOOR. I'll be live tomorrow at 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. We'll be going over autoimmune disease and different herbs to help with autoimmune disease. All the inflammation, all the joint pains, how to exchange all that, how to get yourself back into homeostasis, back into an alkalinic state, because a lot of autoimmune disease is due to metabolic acidosis, meaning you got a lot of acid in that particular area in your body, and your body is attacking itself to get rid of the acid. And so you get rid of the acid, you get rid of the signs and symptoms of the autoimmune diseases. All right? So we're going to talk about that tomorrow. All right, y'all. Safety first. Whoop. Gotta get back. Sure does. Absolutely. Do they have stuff for the skin like sunburns, Asian spots? Yes. Absolutely. I want to show y'all how to make a poultice. It's like a scrub that you can put on your body for skins and things like that. It's amazing. It's amazing. Go take a look at the site. Check it out. They absolutely do. They have body scrubs. They have lotions. They have teas, juices. They have herbs that you can buy individually packaged if you want to make your own teas, or if you want to make your own soups with the herbs. Man, I love y'all. Y'all my family. Don't thank me. Thank God. I let the Lord use me. Give him all the praise. So I'm really excited to be back with you all. I really miss you all a lot. I really did. And just thank y'all for sticking with me. I know it's been a couple weeks, but God's been moving me. He's been moving me, so I've been doing a lot. I've still been doing his work. I haven't forgotten about you all. And I'm really excited about this event in December. There's a thing I'm doing in December, my Winter Worship Fest, but there's a lot of workshops in there. So we're going to have like self-defense classes. We're going to have a financial advisor talking about grants and business and business loans, grants, non-for-profit organizations, how to start that. She's going to be talking about how to build your credit, how to invest. She's going to be talking about all of that. And then I'm doing a project that is going to be really great, and I can't wait. So that's just a couple of the things we're going to be doing. We have musical selections, musical performances. There's performers that are going to be there. We have food, catering. It's going to be a lot going on. We have amazing guest speakers who's going to be in the room. Doctors, preachers. It's going to be amazing. So I do hope to see y'all there. It will be in Chicago, downtown, and the venue can hold up to 300 people. And I'm really excited about the place we're going to be having it at, but I'll disclose that later. We gotta sign a couple more students on the dotted line, and then I'll be able to let you know where it's gonna be held at. So I don't want to jinx it. We got two options, but I'm really, really hoping that this one just work out for us. So y'all keep praying for me as I continue to do the Lord's work, and I love y'all. And I will see y'all back tomorrow at 10 p.m. Autism, let's save our children. Let's save our generation. I love you all. Have a blessed night on purpose. Be safe. See y'all back tomorrow. And good night.